for a second and kind of update y'all on what we've been doing here at Ferro Farms. It's been a while. Took a break for about 2 months and it felt really nice. But I'm ready to come back and kind of update y'all on a few things. Mainly, we've worked on getting things planted in the garden. We got quite a bit going out there. Sweet potatoes. We did 24 asparagus and black-eyed or purple hull peas, contender green beans, squash, zucchini, my HelloFresh saved seed delicata squash is actually doing really well. I'm excited to see it doing well. I think I've showed y'all the blueberries, more sunflowers and pollinators. And today I'm working on this bed. It needs more soil amending, but I need some of these plants to get a little taller before I go in and add to it. I did add a little bit of fertilizer today, but this is going to be my food garden for the chickens and quail. I'm doing medicinal herbs in here to keep them healthy. Sunflowers for beauty, and saving seed. I like to let them go to seed and so I can replant them next year. I did some mustard greens. It's kind of like a little McGregor garden. My amaranth is coming up, Tulsi basil, mojito mint, lots of oregano and chamomile. And I have a beautiful, what is it called? It's a pink camellia. Hoping I can train it into a tree. Got some diatomaceous earth scattered a little bit. I sat in these ants today. That was not very pleasant. Uh, Anyways, I got lots. I think what brought me to this live is while I've been looking at these weeds, they used to stress me out so bad. Like even before we moved to this property, anywhere we've ever lived, weeds stressed me out. And the more I've learned about medicinal herbs and foraging plants that just grow in nature and in the wild, they don't stress me out anymore. Grass, yeah, I don't like the grass, weed. However, I do look at it as food for the chickens. I do try to, when I pull it like this, I go throw it in the fence or I go put it in the quail aviary and they have some greens. So this whole bed, it's got a mix of all that. But I can also sort of hone in on the ones that I don't mind being there. Beautyberry. It's a beautiful plant when it berries. It's the cluster of these beautiful purple little berries on them. And you can make jelly, which I did that last year. I don't know all the medicinal value of the beautyberry, but I'm sure there is something with it where you could probably do some tinctures and stuff. It makes a really pretty color in your jelly. The berries are gorgeous. I've got Pokeweed really happy, not only in this bed, like it's all going to get weeded, y'all. I'm kind of learning where we're at, zone 8B, East Texas. I was Southeast Texas. That's where I'm from. It seems like it's not worth planting anything until May because we kept having cold snaps and stuff here. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. But in the 2 months that we just recently took off, it was a little bit of R&R and not much coming out here and doing things. So all of this is getting ready to get, the grass pulled and all that. Anyway. I don't know what this is. I've tried to ID it several times. It's about to have a flower though. I can see that. And it started out as a beautiful rosette. I thought it was so pretty. I left it just to kind of see what it was going to do. I've got my pink lemon trees in pots and we're going to get that greenhouse going this year. So my plan is to have them as on the entrance of the greenhouse and winterize them in the greenhouse in the cold season. So I'm happy with them in the pots right now. They need more leaves, so I'm trying to start fertilizing them again. They lost some leaves, but they are getting some lemons coming on, and they're so beautiful. I mean, It had 6 of them on there when I bought it. And the idea is when you cut, they're variegated. So see, they have the green stripe, but when you cut them open, they're pink. I just think it's amazing. I scattered some dill seed all in the base of it because I looked for companion planting for lemon trees and pots, and that was one of the suggestions. And I happen to have seed, and I just watered, so it's kind of laid over right now, but it'll stand up again. And I love this dill. It's so yummy when I take a bite of it. I'll use it for making things in the house, like deviled eggs and stuff like that. Okay, so I was fertilizing these and watering these a minute ago, and I'm just looking at these weeds that are pretty much volunteer. There's another beautyberry right next to this rose bush, and I can just imagine when the berries show up, how pretty those two colors will contrast together. So I'm not going to pull it. I'm going to let it be wild and come up where it chose to come up. Look at this dandelion. I mean, years ago, that would have stressed me out, and I would have been pulling it and hating it. And I'm telling you, once you start learning oh, look at the hummer. Hello. Hello. That's one of Tony's babes. He's the hummer bird man. He keeps them fed, and he has a routine about it. It's pretty cool. But anyway, dandelion is like hot commodity right now. This is the season for dandelion. There's lots of people excited about it that are in the foraging and medicine making community. Everybody's gathering their dandelions, making teas. They're making pestos for salads with the leaves. They're making tinctures for the liver detox, and creams, cold creams and things. And those are things that excite me too. So I'm not ready to really get heavy into making a whole lot of stuff yet until we're pretty much done with remodels around here. But I do tinctures. Those are the kind of the quickest, easiest methods, and it gets in your system a lot quicker to me. But you can literally make salads out of this, and it helps with digestion and liver detox, and plus lots more benefits to the dandelion. So I'm looking at at my space, and I'm like, it looks a hot mess, right? But it's not stressing me out. I'm just amazed at the volunteer medicine that's coming up. Check out this giant poke root. Now, I have a gallon bag of poke root berries in the freezer. You can, I don't like to offer suggestions. I'd prefer you do your own research. But through my research on poke root, it is a very medicinal, toxic plant. And most of our plants that are beneficial to us for healing are toxic. So it's all about the preparation. I know, like Poke Salé by Elvis Presley, he's basically talking about this plant. It was in the Great Depression, and that is what their food was. These smaller leaves were like a spinach, and they would, you have to boil them down 3 times. So you'd boil 10 minutes, strain the juice, boil 10 more minutes, strain the juice, do that 3 times. And then you can saute it with some oil, onion, and scrambled eggs, and you have basically like a spinach meal for food. So this can be a food source, but it is highly medicinal. Again, in preparation, I've heard it can eat breast cancer right out of the breast. I believe she is of the woods. Look her up. She's hilarious. She's on YouTube. I've learned a lot from her. But the berries, they're gorgeous. They almost look like elderberry, but if you really knew what elderberry looked like, you would definitely be able to tell the difference that it was not elderberry. The seed is where the poison is, and there's some that will freeze the berries and swallow one for pain, and they'll work their way to 2 within a 7-day period, and they'll build up. Had someone say if you get to 4 and you start feeling a little nauseous, that's your level that you can tolerate. And it's supposed to help with pain. So I keep them in the freezer for emergency. And you can also use the berries. Of course, they're not fully developed yet, so you're not seeing the vibrant, beautiful color that they will be. But you can use them as dye for like fabrics, and you can even paint with it. It's just a very vibrant, strong, almost like beets. It has a lot of color in it that you can use to use as a dye. I think it's amazing. I've got more dandelions back here and another pokeroot back here. I've considered moving both of them or just pulling them up because of, the berries falling and the pups and all that. They don't come over here, so I'm gonna let it do its thing, and then it'll be done for the season right here. There's some more beautyberry, and I have some mustard greens going to seed. I'm just gonna let them do their thing so that I can collect the seed. This is plantain. Plantain is good for a lot of skin issues. The leaves and stuff. It's kind of a small plantain. I'd rather bigger leaves on it, but you can use it as a poultice for cuts and wounds and all that. Black-eyed Susan. I had just randomly planted a bunch of wildflowers right here, and they keep reseeding and coming back, and Tony weed-eated it, and I lost all of it. So I'm hoping some of it comes back. I don't know what I had there. This grows abundantly on our property. It's called dog fennel. And I just cleaned the hen house, and I actually videoed it. I will upload the video as a short on here. But I had some taller dog fennel. I'm going to let those get taller, and these get a little bit taller. They were up to here, the ones that I pulled a minute ago. And I layered the floor. I scraped out the hen house to rebed it. I layered the floor with dog fennel, and I covered it back up with a little bit of diatomaceous earth and then more bedding. And what it is known for is, back in the day, they used it in their dog kennels to keep ticks and fleas out. I'm going to assume they're hound dogs and stuff like that. They're hunting dogs, dog kennels. So I put it in there to help maybe keep things out, mites and stuff out for the chickens to be a little healthier. So let's take a peek at the garden. I'll go over here real quick. We did plant 2 grapes. Those are new to the garden, and they already had grapes on them. You can kind of see them right there. And we've been eating them right off the bush. They're very good. There's all of our squash there. And I did a bunch of comfrey around my fruit tree guilds. I'm calling them guilds now. The permaculture terminology. Let me see if I can go in, take y'all on a walk. Pond looks beautiful today. Comfrey is an amazing plant also. I ordered 15, may have been 20 from Azure Standard, and I finally got them in the ground. I'm on live Facebook right now. I mean YouTube. Huh? Oh, I love it. He moved the deer. I love it right there. I'm gonna, oh, another one. Okay. Hey, we're live on YouTube right now. All right. He's bringing me a drink. Thank you, babe. These are so delicious when you're out here sweating. I'm gonna plant that deer stand, and I'm gonna put some big flowers on it. I'm not sure who's on here, but I see. Hi, thanks for being here. Okay, let me show y'all what we got going. We've got lots of dandelions coming up in here too, and I'm just letting them do their thing. And these hyssops apparently is a perennial. I wasn't aware of that, and I'm happy that it's coming back. Love it. I love to eat the leaves. It tastes like a black jelly bean. We've got some rosemary planted here and some more basil. This is kind of my little herb corner where I come and pick whenever I make summer drinks or I'm cooking in the kitchen. This came up. I must have planted it last year, and it never showed up until now. It was Italian parsley. It's going to seed, and I'm letting it. Mojito mint is my favorite mint for making beverages and stuff. So I bought a bunch of it, and this is from the last couple of years. It just keeps growing and growing, and I love it. This is the delicata squash that I saved seed from HelloFresh. Look at that. It's going to be so pretty. Those are doing well. All of our squash. And then here is the comfrey. What I was going to say about comfrey is it's one of the top 5 that you want to have in your space, anywhere, in your garden, in your animal space, for food and medicine. and for beneficial to the plant, especially fruit trees, because it has a long tap root and it will pull minerals from deep below the earth and bring them back up to your fruit trees. So they say it's ideal to have comfrey around your water line of your fruit trees, and that's what I've done here. Got some calendula I want to make some skin cream with, and I'll probably add some comfrey into that. There's a lot of controversy about taking comfrey internally, and I read a lot. I go down a lot of rabbit holes, and I finally found somewhere where this is coming from. Apparently, in 1980, a lady ingested comfrey. She drank comfrey tea 2 to 3 times a day for 3 years, and she died of a liver overtox, you know? So the thing with medicinal plants is in moderation. They're not like big farm. It takes a while to build them up into your system, and you have to give your system a break also. And a lot of times your body will tell you what it needs. So if you're kind of out and about and you keep seeing a plant show up, you might want to look into that plant, because it might be your body telling you need something from it. So all I'm saying is there are people that do take it internally. And there was a lady, I forgot which, I think she was on TikTok. Yeah, she was on TikTok. Recently, she's made a mouthwash with coconut. You know, you do the oil pulling with coconut. Well, she did a comfrey infusion, and she's doing oil pulling with comfrey in there, and I'm so anxious to see how her teeth turn out, because it'll heal bone. I've heard, a man told me he actually grew his rotted teeth back with comfrey. So amazing. It's an amazing plant. It's also food for chickens. So I want it everywhere. It will multiply, which I don't mind. I don't care if this whole bed is comfrey right here. So I've got it around that tree. I've got it around this tree. We've got some California strawberries right here that I just bought. They're supposed to be these real big strawberries. Green beans, more calendula around the mulberry. I guess I'll keep going this way. And I got crimson clover in the aisles and all back in here. It'll eventually be pretty and red. I planted it too kind of late in the season. But I know that looks like a bunch of grass there, but it is actually mostly, oh gosh, I can't think. Clover, red crimson clover. And that'll act as a pollinator, and it can also be food. I can come out here and pull handfuls and go put it in my quail aviary and all that. There's also a lot of dandelions in here, and blueberries. Here's more comfrey around this pair. My lemongrass and more comfrey. These are the ones we recently planted. They need some time. They kind of look a little sad right now, but they're going to be fine. Tony's potato garden. We did all sweet potatoes. 3 different varieties, and I think I talked about it in another video, and I shared where we ordered them from and everything. One of the videos most recently, if you look back. This is going to be our asparagus bed, because I had planted 6 asparagus here before we did the mat method, and we lost them all but one. That one keeps coming back, so we're like, this is it. We're going to do it here. And they say it takes 2 to 3 years before you can start eating your asparagus. So you want to get those in the ground now and get them established and going. And you want about 6 to 10 per person. So we have 24 here. It's enough for me and Tony and guests, if we have any guests. I think corn's here, purple whole peas, and I don't remember what we did here. There's my girls. Hey, Angel baby. Hey, what did we do here, babe?
We did some contender.
Contender, purple hull, and corn, right? Here comes Mike. Is that Mike? Oh yeah, shut that gate. Sunflower dahlias on the ends here. I got more sunflower seeds, some cherry rose. They're going to be gorgeous. I can't wait till those come up. And then Tony's tomatoes.
See these coming up?
Oh yeah, what is it?
These are the black ads, I think.
Purple hull, babe.
Purple hull, I'm sorry.
Purple hull, and we did contender.
Right on this side. Remember we did one?
Yeah, and then we did corn.
There's some coming up right there.
I see.
See it?
Yeah. Right here, y'all. Hey, angel baby. Say hello to everybody, my little angels. Um, all right, and then Tony's tomatoes are doing good. Our onion, we got basil. Huh? Yeah. And more basil. I love basil.
This is
Love it. That's an eggplant.
eggplant coming.
Eggplants are doing good. They're doing good. And our peppers, looking good. Yay. I see. So anyway, guys, I wanted to pop on for a minute. I've been missing y'all and sharing with you guys volunteer mint. You know, they say put mint in pots because it's very invasive, volunteer mint. I want it. I want it invasive. Not so much in my beds, but anywhere we're walking. I don't care if I'm walking through a field of mint, bring it. So I'm every once in a while I'll buy another one and I'll plant it. I'm just trying to get it going everywhere because we need to plant our own medicine, guys. Anyways, and my little button quail love greens and they love that mint. I have some actually growing in the quail aviary along with some cucumbers and stuff. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'll see y'all again next video. I'm not going to be gone as long as I was this last time. Thank y'all so much for supporting us, being here. Like, share, subscribe, and have a very blessed weekend. Bye, guys.